Okay. Yeah. Talk. I mean, ITOS is showing a good shape, but it's just the volume is very low. We can take a quick look at the market in a moment here. People signed in. Wow. Foot Locker pausing their dividend. They're down 32%, back to 2010 levels. Just terrible ER on Foot Locker. And I am short it. Only about a third position size. I want to get all the way to full, but it depends on how it around. And of course, I'm still in Dick's Sporting Goods short from yesterday. Tool, good morning. We've got it looks like 12 minutes or 22 minutes before the market opens, so we've got plenty of time to get on top of everything. All right, there goes ITOS. This is what I was talking about. ITOS, the best looking stock this morning. Bit low volume though. I wouldn't turn it into a swing trade necessarily. It's almost going to hit 18 now. When I brought it to everybody's attention, it was 16. Not during the live stream. Before that, in the hot stocks today chat in the group. Now it's at 1770, which was what is that 10%? Let's see. Where's my calculator? Yeah, 11%. 30-year rate bond rates on treasuries are 4.4%. This is amazing. You're able to get 30-year treasuries bonds. Get 4.4% on your money for the next 30 years if that's the way you play it. But that's there automatically. Whoa, wait a minute. EKS just took a little bit more of a nosedive. Must have been a downgrade. Good. I'm short, So I'm going to take another little 5% off or so. 108.63, 108.64. I'll take 108.64. Okay. Okay, good. There we go. What the symbol? Which ticker? ITOS. It's right there. ITOS. But I was just talking about on the short side how Dick's Sporting Goods it just dropped the last 3 minutes more, and I'm short that position, so that's good. Good for shorts. Good morning, Isa and Camille. Welcome. Nice to see you guys this morning. My thoughts on Tesla are it's not to be traded right now. It's not where the money's at as far as trades go right now. So for today, Tesla is not, maybe you can day trade it, but that's a different story. But it's kind of weak. All right, just got that little fill on Dick's Sporting Good. ITOS is pulled back to 1660 from hitting 1775 and basing around 16. Just waiting for a few more people to show up, and then we'll go over the market the way it looks today. And there goes Foot Locker. So now I'm going to try and add a little bit to that short. Somebody working on the house today. Doors. So you might hear some banging in the background. No, Jack, I'm not playing a video game in the background pretending to be a trader. I'm a trader pretending to play a video game in the background. What's that? Oh, that would be, yes. Very similar sound to Siri. All right, how many people we got in here now? Marcus, good morning. All right. Let's see. How many minutes till the open? We got about 14 minutes until the open. All right. Let's go over the market. So the market dipped this morning after playing around all night. Dipped this morning all the way to yesterday's lows, but it's now sitting right in the middle of yesterday's range, which is above the day before's range. So overall, we are making progress, but progress is slowing now on this rally run. And we've got some important numbers coming tomorrow. We do have some PMI numbers coming at 9:45, 15 minutes after the open today. Nothing too major, but the market could react. So at 9:45, watch out for that. And then tomorrow we have what was it? Let's see. Let me pull it up. Tomorrow we've got nothing that big. Nothing that big of a deal, but the Jackson Hole symposium continues. And then on Friday, Powell speaks at 10 in the morning over at Jackson Hole, and he may have some updates that affect the market. So I know everyone's kind of waiting for that, and this week is not any gigantic economic data. So the market's been free to move around a little bit. Without changing much of anything that's going on. But Friday could change that a little bit. Next week will be much stronger. Wednesday, we got some GDP information coming in. Tuesday, we've got some jobs numbers coming. Thursday, we have some price index information that can give us some information on inflation movement. And then Friday, we've got non-farm payrolls and unemployment. So next week, strong. This week, So the market's sort of like neither here nor there. How it's moving this week, and the last 2 days were below average. So the real move came on Monday, or it was Friday, and can't really expect too much this week, really. There's not going to be a pivot sentiment changing activity this week. Next week, yes. Or perhaps on Friday a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. So the actual forecast for the day is just neither here nor there. It's a low volume, potentially doji day. Doesn't matter whether it's up or down. So you're not going to get provided any strong particular direction either way prediction. Just have to go with the way it flows and trade or don't trade. We are shorting Foot Locker this morning. I'm about to add to that position now. I'm also short Dick's Sporting Good from yesterday. Looks like a little bit of a drop there. Should get filled any second now on the Foot Locker. FL. Dick's Sporting Good is DKS, by the way. And I see the problem. Was not set up as an extended hour order. And there's the instant fill. Okay. What else here? We're watching ITOS, which is above VWAP this morning on some good cancer data points from their drugs. ITOS, ITOS, it's been above VWAP for most of the morning. It's been behaving correctly. Only problem is it's a very low volume name. So once you're in it, you're trapped in it, and you're going to get screwed. And that doesn't necessarily apply to today where it's got high volume. But if you were to swing trade it, you're going to get yourself stuck. And so for that reason, it also won't perform as well today. So it's a low volume. It's too low volume of a name. Actually, it does have volume typically, but it's just quite scraggly. this morning. So ITOS, ITOS should be approached with a hell of a lot of defensiveness. And then BGLC has been fading under VWAP. Same thing with HLGN and VSIG. These are all names we're watching this morning. And then Foot Locker short, Dick's Sporting Goods short. And outside of that, I'm not seeing anything else. You guys can let me know if you see something else. I'll take a quick look at it. I'm not going to look at something just because you want to take a look at it. I'm talking about if you know of something else that qualifies as a hot stock to trade this morning based on our own criteria in our group, let me know. I'm not talking about I'll take a look at fucking Microsoft or something, or some just random some random schnock. ANF day one ER today. Okay, let's take a look at that. ANF. Yeah. So that's what Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah, but it does not show up anywhere on any of my scans. I would kill somebody over at Thinkorswim as to why that doesn't happen. I don't understand it. Let me see. What is the volume this morning on ANF? How'd you find it, Randy? Volume this morning, 500,000. The average is 2.25 million. So it's about a third R-vol. There you go, because of Market Chameleon. That's it. Yep. That's what I thought. I was like, I wonder if he's looking into Market Chameleon. So with that low of R-vol, it might not have the greatest chance of follow through and instead sell off. Let's see from a smart money analysis, gap analysis point. Let's see what we can figure out here. Okay, so essentially it was already going up into earnings. So that means that the gap should result in a sell-off. So, all lines lead to just being careful. If you wanted to trade it and, get in the 1 minute breakout for a swing trade for ER day one, or however you want to do that, or a 5 minute dip buy, just approach it defensively because it's probably going to sell off. And that's ANF. Let me get that up on one of the... Dick's Sporting Goods just plummeting right now. Yeah, ANF. So ANF is up 18%. Abercrombie and Fitch up 18%. What RJ got it regarding what? The RVOL stuff I was talking about? I don't even know what we were talking about. Yeah. That's the issue there. I mean, if you just combine everything you've ever learned, you can be in a pretty good spot. What was that? I think the doorbell just rang. I'll be right back, guys. We've got 5 minutes until the market opens. Be right back. All right. Buy high, sell low. Well, yeah, when it comes to shorts, sure. All right, we've got about 3 minutes before the market opens. So we're in good shape here. And there goes ANF jumping from 48.50 to 49.50. I mean, ANF has been just an incredible stock to trade, to swing trade. Wonderful chart this year. After the last earnings, if you got in near the open in 3 weeks, you were up 31%. So that's that's pretty good in swing trading. It's about what you need. That'd be about 2% per day. So that's ANF, and the idea there is you'd get in at the 1 minute breakout if you want it. Otherwise, a 5 minute candle pullback, green over red entry could work. It is trading at about a third R vol, third to half R vol relative volume. So the follow through might not be there. The excitement might not be there. But it might be there. I mean, the last time it had a gap up earnings release, it put in an all-day green day. Do I like Moderna? Yeah. But I think it's too late to get in right now at the moment. Entry on that was like 2 days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago. Not really this reversal, but this one that came up and over all that shelving, was pretty good sign at about a 101. Now it's at 117. That was just 4 days ago with a nice signal. VSIG coming up to test VWAP right now. We've got a 1 minute before the market opens, and we're keeping mostly an eye on ITOS and ANF. VSIG needs to get over 580 to really catch some momentum. Charge point 29 RSI, all-time low, earnings next week, bounce or more death. You don't need to guess. Wait till the earnings release happens and then take it from there. Guessing is gambling. I mean, even though, we wouldn't be guessing. We'd be making an educated guess, but still a guess. Just let it do its thing and trade it from there. All right, market's opening in 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to sell a little bit of Dick's Sporting Goods as it drops on the open there. ANF is holding. VSIG is up over 580. It's now at 590. That could potentially be an entry on VSIG. In fact, I think it's moving into a halt right now. Okay, RJ concurs. The VSIG is halting up and is now halted, I'm guessing. So that little bit of information being prepared pre-market, you could have known to get in at 580, like I said, and it hit 590, and you'd be in a hot stock before it halted for the first time, which is a great spot to be. And ANF is selling off, like we mentioned. If you use the 1 minute high or the pre-market high as your breakout point, it didn't happen. So we're pulling back now and probably going to move into a 5 minute dip buy type of situation on the ANF if it's going to do anything. You know, you'd want more volume. That's the problem here. The excitement isn't there. Which, you know, the momentum, the volume, the interest, the demand. What part of supply and demand don't you understand? So much of what we do relies so much on supply and demand that, you know, we absolutely couldn't be a pineapple and do this shit. Unless, you know, you've got to understand at least this motherfucking basic economics. All right, Foot Locker breaking down. I'm going to take a little profit off Foot Locker right here. On this strength, on this weakness of this drop. Put it in for 10% off at 15.10. Oh, it's already surpassed that. Nice. Between Dick's Sporting Goods and Foot Locker this morning, these two shorts, these fall from graces patterns, I'm up $1,000. And these are really easy to get in, these, you know, fall from graces, because they're usually big names. So they're easy to borrow, not hard to borrow. They're great shorts. I'm just looking at the list right now. I can see that about 80% of the ones that match the fall from grace pattern are easy to borrow. They stay that way for weeks, months. And then maybe the remaining 19% are hard to borrow, and then 1% none to borrow. So there's no reason anyone with can't get into swing shorting. You know, if they've got the money to have a margin account, which is $25,000. That'd be one reason. All right, I'm going to take a little bit more out on Foot Locker, moving down even more. Taking out another 10% here. Low of the day, $14.98. That's where I'll put my next 10%. Retap of that low. Same on Dick's, 1077. And let's take a look. No, not 107.70. 107.07. Okay, there we go. And let's take a look at Abercrombie. No entry there. VSIG still halted. Going to come out of the halt any minute here. Should be coming out of the halt in about 15 seconds. VSIG. ITOS is trying. Yes, ITOS looking great. That'd be an entry on ITOS entry without momentum though. Around 17 shelf, inner shelf breakout on ITOS. ITOS up on progress on their cancer drugs. DKS making a move down. Foot Locker making a move up. Okay, I must have just got the DKS. Another exit on DKS. Foot Locker bounces a little. And the market itself, let's check in on the market for a second. The market's totally dojiing, exactly what I said. a neither here nor there day. Just everything's holding sideways. If anything, it looks like inflations are moving down. So the base materials are moving down, rates are moving down. And then usually following that, we've got energy. But industrials and financials are holding. So it's like a pure inflation, deflation going on. That's good. That's good for growth stocks. So we might see VIX moving up and the Qs and NASDAQ, and then maybe we'll see the S&P 500 lagging behind. Gold is moving up this morning, so everyone's possibly preparing and positioning for Powell's comments on Friday. They're not official comments. It's just over at a symposium where he's speaking, but he could, say something that affects the markets. So that's why it's kind of a big deal. Next week, we've got actually officially more stronger information coming. Not necessarily from him, but on the market and in economics. Next week's going to be a little bit more market moving. Now VSEG came out of the halt, yes. VSEG came out of the halt, whipsawed, and then rebroke highs and is now at 630, 650 almost. VSEG, that's a pretty thrashy stock. I'd be extremely defensive regarding how that dipped. Because there's only so many people who can buy in. As you can see, there was plenty of people who were ready to sell and take profits once that came out of the halt. I don't know. Is it halting now? Again, okay, it's halted now. Stock K. What is this? Evans stock tree. K. Yeah. Okay, thanks. I'm going to go ahead and take another little 5% off on Foot Locker right here as the trade has gone my way. Just take a little bit more. ANF has rebounded. Okay, you did get the 5-minute, no, not the 5-minute entry yet. Let's go over and look at that ANF, the 5-minute on the left chart. And no entry per se on the 5-minute yet. I would want it to get above 50. Entry right now would be above 50. Unless it can start to put in a little lower base. Yeah, it might as well. I mean, just put all the domino information together. There's no need to get in unless it breaks 50. The hot dog right there. It's funny little term that traders use, but you got a bullish hot dog that would form if so. Where are we at now? We actually got 10 seconds before this candle completes, and it's not very strong on ANF. Foot Locker couldn't hold up and hit a new low just now. So, I mean, Foot Locker's now returned to 2010 levels. This is a 13-year drop right here. And you got to understand that that's an excellent short. We call it fall from grace pattern. From here, it's going to take more than a day for everybody who wants to get out of Foot Locker to get out of it. It's going to flush for a while. That's another beautiful thing about the easy to borrow shorts is when they're easy to borrow because there's so many people in it and they are in the lending program. And so the shares are available to short while they're going to stay in it, and so you can borrow. And so it's a sign that there's too many people in it. If it's easy to borrow, it's sort of automatically a good short because there's just so many people in it. Institutions, etc. We need to now start to write it off and take it off of the books. Ironically, this is a stock that I did 500% on during the pandemic. Just a couple of months. Moved from like 17 or something, 21, where I got it. I don't know, to 80. But that was in 2020. All right, making some new lows on Foot Locker right now. I'm going to take another 5% out at some of these lows. You can just keep doing that. You can just keep taking little bits out. I don't think I'd be upset with you if you ran out of stock, and you couldn't hold anymore because you sold everything little by 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 little. No one's going to get mad at you for taking profits and taking profits and taking profits and taking profits and taking profits, and then you run out and you think, oh, well, what do I do now? Pat yourself on the back. Good job. Don't worry about it. If you try to live top ticking and bottom ticking every trade, you'll never fucking do it. Just take profits. If you have profits, take them. Stop worrying about top ticking. All you got to do is just check the health. Just be a good doctor. Just check the health of the trade. Is it sketchy? Is it scary? Or is it doing what it should be doing? Is it healthy? Is it in the right realm? And, take profits, hold, or sell accordingly. 22 exits on one stock. Nice, Mike. That's fine. Yeah, we've got some news at 9:45 popping here in 1 minute and 45 seconds. And that is the PMI flash information for global. So global composite, so worldwide PMI is sort of like a global inflation number, a leading global inflation number. So this would be interesting. It would affect sort of domestic stock businesses, not so much, but international businesses, it would definitely affect, which is just about everything. There goes VSIG. It's out of the halt, a little bit of a pullback. Be watching if it breaks $6. That's not good, but if it doesn't, then it's all right. Okay, 55 seconds until global PMI information on leading stocks. And then, of course, Friday, we've got Powell talking for further interesting information on that. Momentum is kind of on VSIG. The momentum price is there, but the momentum is So I'd be very defensive with your VSIG. I'd be more than half out probably myself if I was already in it. I mean, in day trading it. Obviously, I'd want to be doing more than day trading it, but maybe swing trading it. But it's an iffy stock with a huge ADR. It's doing 26% ADR today. At those levels, it's you can get wiped out. You can get half wiped out in a day or two. Your entire whatever you bet on that thing. So that okay, and the reports are in. And let's see, what do we got here? 47.51. Looks like deflation, slight deflation. That's good news. So let's see if stocks are rallying on the info. I'm getting alerts all of a sudden across the board on the 30-year. What is the 30-year going to do? Yeah, rates are dropping on the information. So that's probably the 30-year information, is that the 30-year is moving down. Let's see. 30-year is moving down. Based on that PMI number, for a half a week here until Wednesday of next week, it's good news. That's probably the strongest good news on the market for the next few days. All right, and the dollar is strengthening right now. And the market has just made a new high of the day on every market. So we could get an all-day green grind up now, potentially, yeah. from this numbers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. So that's good news. I mean, sometimes the market reacts in, anti theoretical ways, and you have to parse it and understand it later. But, it should be good news, and the market is reacting as if it's good news right now. Value stocks are sort of deflating, and growth stocks are inflating. Apple just made a new high. And this might help ITOS, which is tightening up, and it looks like it's waiting to break out on some kind of news. It's being kind of defensive, but it looks good. High tight flag. I mean, everything looks great on ITOS, other than the fact that today's volume is medium. Actually looks good. ITOS, ITOS. VSIG, it's not following through. It's like you're lucky to get out at a profit or a good price right around here. It's probably rolling over. Probably. I could be wrong about that. It might bounce at 6, but it doesn't look good right now. And then boom, it goes and it makes a new high. Slap me in the face. That's fine. You got to be on your toes. And ANF, it didn't break that 50 level. So, but let's take a look at it on the 5-minute F. Yeah, it's just exactly what I said. I mean, the candle today is gap up in red. It's a sell-off day. Everyone's been in it. So many people have been in it for 3 months now since last earnings, and they're ready to take profits. Some of them, and that's just what's happening. All right, Foot Locker responding well to that global inflation data. I'm going to close out the whole position. DKS is remaining somewhat flat, but I could close that out instantly as well. Yeah, I'm going to just do it. Bank these gains right here. Boom. All right, that's it. So I'm out of DKS and Foot Locker shorts. DKS short was yesterday. Foot Locker short was today. Foot Locker could still get hammered later. But for now, stocks are zooming on this news. It just makes why do they release this news at 9:45? There's some manipulation about that. You just know it. Got that all figured out. They're like, okay, this week, we don't have enough data, so we're going to screw them right in the middle of the open on Wednesday. Like a tradition behind these things. People are like, one of my favorite releases is the fuckover release on Wednesday when they release global PMI at 9:45, 15 minutes after the opening bell, whereas all other economic data is released at 8:30. This one we release at 9:45, right in the fucking middle of shit. It's just, and then you have some traders who are like, that's my money trade right there. Get on the screw over train. All right, guys, I'm going to get to some errands I have to run today. But there are some Catalyst Day things here. Look for anything that's experiencing above average volume if you want to, find hot stocks on the day. That's step one in life as you learn to trade. Step one is you got to be able to find stocks. You don't just go to whatever popular stock it is. You need to know while you're selecting it. VSIG is about to break out, by the way, to a new high right now. There it is. It's just about to do it. It's probably going to pop to pre-market high, break that pre-market high. It's looking kind of good here on VSIG. But anyway, step one is to find hot stocks, and hot stocks have high RVOL. Otherwise, they don't really have anything going on that day. There are some sneak attack entries that don't require high RVOL, but those are on stocks you've already identified that are hot stocks. So identify hot stocks, high RVOL days, and then add them to a hot list, and you start to create a hot list of hot stocks. That's just like number one. There it goes. VSIG just broke 660, I believe it was. And here it is, the test of pre-market highs. It hit 690, and 691 is the pre-market high. And there it is. There's the break at 690. 691 is hitting 698. And VSIG is off and running. These are things that we selected early, pre-market, that we're looking at. ANF not really happening. BGLC faded and broke down. ITOS doing okay. It's holding. But VSIG, the strongest winner this morning. However, don't grow any faith in it. This is a fucking 34% ADR stock this morning. 34% ADR. So this is like trading on the Russian market. This is insane. All right, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. I mean, later today. See you in the group. Good trading. Bye. See you in the group, guys. Let's keep the money flowing.